Hey, welcome into the Week 4 Northwest Georgia Football Pick'em show. Joined by Benton Birds tonight. Kind of looks like we have a smaller schedule this week.
A little bit smaller, and I'm not going to say one-sided games, but when we were looking for our upset pick of the week, it was kind of hard to find, and we got a couple that we think. So we'll see what y'all think. So
Yeah, like I said, we're on Facebook, YouTube, X. I mean, you can join us anywhere you see our ugly mugs, and you can hop in and send your comments to us, man. We'll get them live on the air.
yeah, put your comments on live. We'll talk about a game that you're going to visit this week or whatnot, and don't forget we still have our store, which will be the first round of ordering will be available until September 15th. And then everything will be shipped out after that. I've seen some of the shirts and hats in person. They're looking really good. So if you're interested in that, you can visit our website, northwestgeorgiafootball.com, or if you're on YouTube or wherever you're seeing us on the computer, I'll post a little thing before we're off here, and you can just take a picture of it, and it'll take you right to the link, and you can order it from there. So here's examples of our hats and our shirts, and there's others too. We know it's going to get cold. They got hoodies, long sleeve sweaters if you don't like the hood on there, car stickers, coffee mugs, you name it. All
Something
right.
for everybody.
Oh yeah, and
We got something for everybody.
all the proceeds are going back into this show, and they're going to go into our Player of the Year trophy, which we're looking to size up a little bit. It's going to be nice. All righty, let's just jump in and look at the games this week.
Thursday night football. Alatoona at Holy Innocents. Holy Innocents is an 8-point favorite.
Yeah, I guess they're playing this one maybe because of ref shortages. I'm not sure, but normally that's why they play on off days. But Altoona, is a pretty good team, even though they've lost a game or so. I think they'll hang around, but I like Holy Innocents to win this one, probably by about the one score that the spread indicates.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game to get out and go see on a Thursday night. But yeah, I like Holy Innocents at home by a touchdown. On to Friday night, Lithia Springs at Carrollton. Carrollton, a 35-point favorite.
Yeah, I think Carrollton continues to roll here, and Carrollton wins this one pretty big.
Yeah, I think that scare last week was what they needed. That'll probably jumpstart them from here on out until they get to game 10 against Douglas County. I like Carrollton big. Cass, going on the road to North Cobb, man. If you like quarterback battles, this is the one. Brody McWhorter, 27-point favorites. North Cobb on the road. I mean, at home.
Yeah, North Cobb, they're just a tough team, man. It's going to be hard to go down there, beat that team with the skill they have. I like North Cobb to win this one by a couple touchdowns.
Yeah, I think North Cobb wins it, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than the 27 points.
I can see that.
North Cobb's played a couple of games so far. Not super impressive, all the new faces they have down there, but yeah, I think they have enough to get it done. Battle of Paulding County, man. South Paulding on the road at North Paulding. North Paulding, a 19-point favorite.
Yeah, I think that's about right. About 2-3 scores. I think North Paulding is just a little bit better at this point in time. So I'm gonna go with the Wolfpack. I'm gonna continue to go with North Paulding. I've been going with them pretty much all year.
Yeah, I know they got slightly upset last week at Harrison. They were 2.5-point favorites. Not a huge upset, but I think they'll get back on track this weekend. North Paulding by the 19. Hiram traveling across county to East Paulding. East Paulding is a 9-point favorite.
Yeah, I think this one could be an interesting game. I think it could be closer than the 9. Obviously, just a little over a one-score game there. I think it's going to be close, but I like East Paulding at home.
Yeah, I like East Paulding in this one, and I think it's going to be a little more than the 9. I think East Paulding Might win by 20, 21.
All right.
Dunwoody on the road at Lumpkin County. Lumpkin County with a big win last Friday night over Hart County. Lumpkin a touchdown favorite.
Yeah, I think they're going to ride the momentum off of that win and get another at home versus Dunwoody.
Yeah, I like the way the Indians have played so far. The first two games of the season. They almost beat Cherokee Bluffs week 1. Went to Hart County, got a huge win last week. I like Lumpkin going forward. Villarica, tough job on the road at Central, man. A hot Central team.
Central has been hot. Yeah, they definitely have been hot, and they're kind of running roughshod over everybody right now on their schedule. I think Villarica is maybe a small step up, but I think Central still wins. 35, that seems like a lot. I'll say less than 35.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll go with Eric here. That's a little much, but hey, I like the Lions in 35. I know it's too early to be talking postseason, but wouldn't it be cool later on down the line we see a Central Cartersville matchup?
Very well could happen.
Toombs County, man, at Rome. Rome is a 10-point favorite.
Toombs is always one of those teams that you see up, near the top of the rankings in their respective division. Going to Rome, Rome has been like the first half squad, it seems like, so far this year. I'm going to say Rome figures out how to play a 4-quarter game right here and continues what they've been doing in the first half, and Rome gets a big win here at home.
Yeah, it's kind of like we were talking on air before we went on, man. Rome has been like a Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, they had two of the best teams in the state down 35-0, 21-0 Creekside. Had Carrollton down 14-0, and then the wheels fell off in the second half. I think Rome gets it going this Friday night, man. I look for Rome to put up some big numbers. I think they cover the 10.
I agree.
The game of the week right here. I mean, absolutely. Number 4 Calhoun at number 4 Cartersville. Cartersville is a 10-point favorite.
I think both of these teams are top 10 teams in their respected divisions. I like what Calhoun's done all year. They're having to go to Cartersville. I think Cartersville is just going to be too much. Should be a very interesting game to see, how they battle back and forth. But I like Cartersville by about 2 scores. Yeah, this
place is going to be packed out on Friday night.
Absolutely.
Two of the best programs around. Calhoun, great. Wouldn't surprise me to see Calhoun back in the bins in December. But I think Cartersville is just a step above everybody right now. Cartersville's rolling. I like Cartersville by 14. Southeast Whitfield at Armurchie. Armurchie is a 14-point favorite.
I've been going with them all year, and I'm going to go with them again. I think that Southeast is going to get somebody. I'm telling you right now. And I know they're at Armurchie. I like them. They're highly motivated. So cue the lights. Cue the flashing lights. I'm going to go with my upset pick of the week. It's a 14. They're a 14-point dog. I'm going to go with Southeast over the Blue Indians from Armurchie.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to really get a feel on the Blue Indians this year. I mean, they've only played one game. They had a team cancel on them, so they were off last week. This will only be their second game of the year. At home, I'm going to go with Armurchie in a close one, 14-13. I think Eric had that score up here. Yeah, Armurchie 14-13. I agree, Eric. It's going to be a knockdown dragout.
Yeah, I kind of think Southeast is got a little bit of advantage because they've played some games and able to put some things behind them. You know what I mean, as far as mistakes and experience and things like that. That's why I got Southeast to win this one.
Pepperell at Cedartown. The computer still likes Cedartown. Cedartown a 23-point favorite.
I'm going to go with the computer. I think just a little bit more talented, a little deeper, bigger, probably. Maybe not in all spots, but in some positions. I'll just go with Cedartown at home. Probably Probably close to the 23, maybe 14.
Yeah, I like Cedartown on this one. I think it's going to be closer to 23 for sure. Um, Pepper, we were riding high on last week. They were kind of surprised by Christian Heritage. Um, I don't know. I think Cedartown's got too many athletes. Uh, the key to this game for Cedartown for sure is not to fumble the football. Turnovers are huge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Bulldogs there at home. Woodlands, man, this should be a heck of a game. Woodlands at Daresville. Daresville is a 5-point favorite.
Yeah, I like the Tigers to get a win here and a close one, but I'll take them more than the 5. I think Daresville wins more than 5.
Yeah, I'll give them the home field advantage there. I'll take the Tigers in the 5. Huge game, man, up there in the northwest corner. This would be a good one. Gordon Lee at Heritage. Heritage is a 5-point favorite.
This is one of the 2 that I looked at that I could possibly go with an upset. I just think Heritage is going to have a little much. They'll be able to hold Gordon Lee down just enough to keep them from, lighting up the scoreboard too much. I'm going to go with Heritage and a close one.
Yeah, Heritage got off to a great start this year. Beat Christian Heritage by a ton week 1. Beat LFO week 2. Pretty impressive showing. Last week, man, from what I understand, just had some mistakes. I mean, they held Ringgold to 2 pass completions and still lost 16-10. It's going to be a great defensive battle up there, I think. I'm going to go with Heritage at home. Coosa at the red-hot Ridgeland Panthers. I got to look in here. Ridgeland has a chance to win 2 games on the season for the first time in 6 years. 4-point favorites at home.
Yeah. You look at Ridgeland, a team kind of on the rise. I don't know the guy's name. Excuse me for not knowing, but QB has been, big for Ridgeland so far. I'm going to see if I can pull him up. But, I kind of like Ridgeland here. I like Ridgeland to keep it going. Coosa is a very capable team, and I like Ridgeland's athleticism. I'm looking down this schedule that Ridgeland has, and they could win more than 2. If they could pull this one off, I think there's 1 or 2 more that they could get as well, maybe more.
Yeah, I got a feeling you're going to see some balls thrown around the yard there at Ridgeland on Friday night. Two good quarterbacks, a lot of athletes outside. I like the Panthers at home. Probably by more than the 4. Banks County at Dawson County. Dawson County is a 19-point favorite.
I'm going to go with Dawson County. I like what they got going, and looking better as they go. And I think Banks County is just struggling of late, and I think Dawson's going to win by about 2-3 scores.
Yeah, I agree with Jake here. I think Dawson wins big. Dawson took a couple of teams, a couple of good teams, East Forsyth and East Jackson, to the wire the first 2 weeks of the season. I think this is their chance to get in the win column. Coach J-Bo Shaw over there at Dawson County going to notch his first win.
Yes, sir.
I was kind of surprised by this line when I did the calculating. Rabun County, 28-point favorites at Dalton.
We've seen Dalton being able to move the ball through the air, running a little bit. Got some athletes. I just think Rabun County is going to be a little too much for them. I don't know about 28, but I'll go with 14. I think Rabun gets a win.
Yeah, you figure Dalton
is building over there at Rabun. It's kind of pretty slow, but it's building up.
Yeah, let's see. Charles Chris, he came on earlier and said, "Go Rabun Wildcats. We may cover Friday."
May cover the 28, so he's pretty darn confident in his group there.
Yeah, you look at Dalton's defense. They've given up 49, 56, and 62 in 3 weeks.
That's going to be the kicker there.
I think Dalton will score some points, but can they keep Raven County off the scoreboard? That's going to be the key. I don't think they win by 28, but I think they win. Huge game in 7AA, man, to open the region play. Two of the contenders, North Murray at LFO. North Murray a 9-point favorite.
You mentioned just previously there scoring some points. I think you could see some points in this one. I think you could see the scoreboard lighten up. I really like the steps that LFO has took over the last few years. And, we talked about them maybe 3 years ago as a team kind of on the rise, and then it's just continued. And I think they'll be in this game for, a good portion of it. But I think North Murray has just enough to win by a couple touchdowns.
Yeah, I know. Talking to some fans this week in 7AA, man, they all have their eyes on this game. They want to find out who the contender is out of these two. I think they're all worried about both of them. I think it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out game. Great offensive teams. The key is going to be the defense, man. Whose defense can step up and stop the other one? It's kind of tough to stop Hayden Hewlett for 4 quarters. I like North Murray in this one. Bowden on the road to Westside Macon. Bowden a big 23-point favorite.
Yeah, I seen enough from Bowden last week against a good Bremen team. I'm telling you right now, we're going to find out in the future that Bremen is not a bad team. And, they just simply outclassed by Bowden last week. And I think Bowden goes down the west side, which is, a good piece. But Bowden gets a big win down there.
Yeah, I think I texted you last week when I was in the stands down there at Bowden and just told you how big Bowden was, man. I think I was impressed with their size. When you have Caden Prothero on the team at 6'5", 210, and he doesn't stand out, you got some dudes down there, man. Super impressive win last week. I think they keep it rolling. What some people think is the 7AA championship right here in week 4. Ringgold at Rockmart. Rockmart, a 22-point favorite.
We've seen both of these teams. I've actually seen them more than once. I like Rockmart in the game. I think it could be a good game if Ringgold can find a way to throw the ball. I think it's going to be tough to run consistently, even though Ringgold has some good backs. And it's going to be extremely tough to stop the Rockmart running game. And the young quarterback there has also been able to sprinkle pass in, which is going to make it even tougher. And, I like Rockmart to probably win by about 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I heard that Ringo played the defensive game of their life last week, man, as a group. They're going to have to probably step it up a notch this Friday night. You can't make any mistakes. Rockmart's deadly, man. Rockmart's tough. Physical, quick, fast. I like Rockmart in this one, probably by the 22. Union County at Murray County. Union County is a 19-point favorite.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right, about 3 touchdowns. I think Union goes to Murray and just, has a solid game. I don't think nothing overwhelming, but I think they win the game.
Yeah, Murray's been playing a lot better this year. I think they'll give Union a couple of good quarters. I think Union County has enough to pull it out in the end. I like Union County. This is another big contest in 7AA. Sonoraville at North Cobb Christian. North Cobb Christian, a 19-point favorite.
Yeah, I like North Cobb. I think it's probably going to be somewhere maybe under the 19. I think 2 scores. I'll go with North Cobb by about 2 scores.
Yeah, I kind of like the balanced offense, man, that North Cobb Christian has shown over the last couple of weeks. They had Cooper Vazarski was the leading rusher the first 2 weeks, and then the quarterback came out and threw for 200+ last week against Cahulla.
Yep.
I mean, if they get that going, they're going to be tough to beat. Speaking of quarterbacks, man, you got Chaz Pate at Sonoraville. They're going to be throwing the ball around. Yeah, I like North Cobb Christian in this one because it's a tough place to play down there. Probably closer than the 19. South Atlanta, man, at the highest scoring team in our region. Temple putting up 60+ a game, 16-point favorites.
Man, they've been tough down there. They've really been running that offense well. I'm not sure they're going to score 60, but they're going to put some points up. And I like Temple to win going away.
Yeah, JoJo Jones last week, man. What, 5'9", 185? I actually looked it up. 5'9", 185. So he's thicker than what I thought he was.
He's running way bigger than that. I'll be honest with you. He's running through arm tackles. You're not arm tackling that guy. I don't care how big he is.
Yeah, he's averaging close to 10 yards a carry, 11 touchdowns on the year. Tough back to stop, man. I like Temple in this one by more than the 16. Tryon at Model, our upset team of the week last year, Model Blue Devils. Tryon is a 10-point favorite on the road.
Yeah, Tryon actually, played the before mentioned Temple team. I think they had it tied up at one point at 2020. Tryon was able to get the pass game going, and then Temple kind of pulled away late. But if Tryon can work the pass game in along with the physical running style of Henderson, and they run the quarterback a little bit, and make it hard on Model, with Tryon's tough defense, I think they can go to Model and get a win. So I'm going to take Tryon and a close one.
Yeah, cue up the little thing for me. Cue up the light.
All righty, we're gonna fire it up.
Fire it up, man. Model always plays Tryon tough, at least over the last 4 or 5 years. For some reason, the Bulldogs have a hard time with the Blue Devils. I'll tell you what I was impressed with Tryon this week, though, is Link Allen. He showed up on our top 5 passing list. You don't think of Tryon as a passing football team, but
they're whatever they need to be, I guess.
Well, yeah, whatever they need to be. But, yeah, I like Model at home in this one.
I like it.
Chattooga on the road at 3-0 Mount Zion. Mount Zion, 20-point favorite.
Yeah, Mount Zion's been putting up the points, and to this, thus far to this point, Chattooga has not been able to, really, put sustained drives enough to get into the end zone a whole lot. So I think it'll be tough at Mount Zion. Obviously, you're looking for improvement, but Mount Zion's going to put the points up, and I think it's going to be tough. So I'll take Mount Zion by a couple touchdowns.
Yeah, like Jake says here, man, out of the 54 teams we cover, Mount Zion has the lowest point per game total of anybody, close to 4 points a game. And if you're a team that's still trying to find your offense, that's not what you want to see on Friday night.
Correct.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with Mount Zion here, maybe 28-7.
Yeah. Okay.
The surprising Haralson County Rebels, man, hosting Putnam County. Haralson looking to go 4-0. Haralson's actually favored this week. The fans will be happy, man. They get tired of seeing Haralson as an underdog. 11-point favorites at home.
Yeah, I think Haralson covers. I think that from what they've done in every game that we've seen so far, they've kind of blew our projections out of the water, or the computer's projections, and I think they're going to do it again. I think Haralson wins by more than 11.
Yeah, I tell you the thing I've been impressed with them, man, is they haven't been doing it by the skin of their teeth, man. They've been blowing people out,
Yep.
I remember looking at the scores last Friday night. I'm sitting in the stands down at Bowden, and it's 35-0 in the first half at Greene County. I'm like, man, that's when I first realized the Haralson County team might be for real. Jake says Putnam County beat Greene County by 29. Haralson beat them by 34. He doesn't think Haralson's going to cover, man. I'm going to go with Haralson at home covering.
I like it.
McNair at Bremen. Bremen is a 26-point favorite.
Yeah. After last week, the computer still likes Bremen. I'll take Bremen by about that.
Yeah, McNair. Was it Temple they played earlier in the year?
Correct.
They scored a lot of points on Temple, I believe, 40 points. I like Bremen in this one for sure. I think it might be a little closer than the 26. But yeah, we'll see how Bremen responds after that game last Friday night.
I think after getting punched in the mouth, I think they're going to jump back up and they're going to put the points on McNair. Especially,
yeah, I don't have any doubt with that GATA down there, huh?
Oh yeah, Irk.
Joseph Simpson said them boys mean business. Talking about Haralson County, man. I think they're ready this year. They're excited.
I mean, I think they're a playoff team, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna tell everybody, man. If you're new to football in Northwest Georgia and you want to get out and see some good games this year, just look at the 6A schedule. I guarantee you, starting next Friday night, there is no bad games on the schedule. None whatsoever.
Yeah, there's no bad teams.
Nope. Top to bottom. I mean, from 1 to 7. I mean, loaded.
Yep. It's going to be fun. Well, that wraps them up.
That's it, man. We're ready. Let's see if we can keep our streak going of picking upsets. Huh? I think we've gotten 3 in a row. So, Southeast Whitfield model, man. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Well, y'all are in trouble if we've won 3 in a row. All right, guys. We'll see you Friday night after the games.
We here at Northwest Georgia Football would like to thank you for watching. Please join us again soon.